What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I am excited to report that we finally are getting a Marvel wave of NFTs. And this is a long time coming and something that I know I've been very excited for a while, and I think Funko delivered right off the bat. My first impression from this West Coast Avengers line of NFTs is I think they did a really good job, but let's break it down. Let's jump into it with an official preview of the first ever Marvel NFT series. So it is titled, of course, the West Coast Avengers. They already have it preloaded up here on the Drop website, and we're getting some great characters, and we're actually getting a pretty big wave of physical pops to redeem. So let's first talk about the drop and when it's actually going to happen. It's going to be taking place next Tuesday, June 24th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, with this, of course, being Marvel, massive IP, there is going to be a lot of packs. And I feel like this is to be expected with Marvel. There's going to be 24,000 standard packs and 22,000 premium packs. And I'm going to be very curious to see how this sells, because a lot of these characters, for the most part, are a little bit lesser known than some of your A-list characters like Captain America, Iron Man, Doctor Doom, like Fantastic Four. We're not talking about those characters. We're talking about characters that haven't had pops before for most of them, and that is going to be the main focal point of why I think this is actually a really good NFT wave. This is what I want to see. I want to see characters who have never had a Funko Pop before show up in an NFT series in limited format. And the first one that we're going to be talking about here is the beautiful 999 piece Grail of Tigra, and she is actually flocked. And I think this was a brilliant choice. We've never gotten a Tiger Pop before. I think the markings on her look fantastic. The flock variant was an excellent choice, and she's in an amazing dynamic pose. As you can see here from the glam shot on Drop's website, she's on the stand. So she's going to look really good in box and out of box. For this set, this is really special. We're not getting one, we're getting two grails to chase after, and I think that's going to get a lot of people excited. The second grail that we have, once again limited to 999 pieces, is a character that we have seen in live action form, although he's supposed to be returning to the MCU in the Vision Quest TV series that's going to be on Disney+. James Spader voicing the role once again. He voiced Ultron as the main villain in Age of Ultron, the second Avengers movie that we got back in 2015. Here we're getting another version of Ultron, our first limited piece version of Ultron, and I think he looks very menacing, based more on his comic appearance than his MCU appearance, as with all these characters are. I think it looks really cool. I think they did a really good job with the detail flowing out of his mouth. He's got some power coming off of his hand as well. I think it looks great. Another awesome dynamic pose pop. Next up, we have the High Evolutionary. First time we're getting this character in comic book form. If you guys recall, we actually did see the High Evolutionary as a villain in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie. I think as far as post-Endgame villains go, the High Evolutionary was either the best or second best villain we've gotten to date, maybe behind Green Goblin in No Way Home. But 1,900 pieces here of the High Evolutionary. He looks significantly different from the version that we saw, of course, in that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie, because once again, this is based on his comic book version and not his MCU version. Very menacing villain, as we saw. He is somebody that wants to perfect the human species by experimentation and doing a lot of things that are not necessarily legal, moral, or ethical. So I'm pretty excited for this one. I think it's really cool. Next up, we have Scarlet Witch. She needs no introduction. Elizabeth Olsen has done an amazing job bringing the Scarlet Witch character to life in the MCU over the last 10 years. I have no doubt that we'll be seeing her again at some point. But we are getting a really interesting, unique version of Scarlet Witch. We've gotten dozens, if not 100 Scarlet Witch pops by now, thanks to all her appearances and all her various shows and movies and such. But this one, 1,900 pieces as our second legendary. I think she looks great. She's got the cape, no headpiece or anything, but I think just a really cool one that people are going to want to collect, because this is the first limited piece Scarlet Witch that we've ever gotten. So really special there. Next up, we have Claw. You guys may be scratching your head trying to remember where you've heard this name before. We actually did see Ulysses Claw in the Black Panther Black Panther movie, which was pretty cool. This one is our third legendary here, coming in at 1,900 pieces. Once again, looks significantly different than the MCU counterpart because this is based on the comic book version. I think this is going to be another cool Marvel pop that a lot of people are going to want to go after, even though we did get the MCU version of Claw. This is the comic book version, once again, limited. All right, next up, this is a very important character because Wonder Man is actually due to get a Disney Plus series. They already finished up filming, and it's supposedly, as of the recording of this video, going to be releasing in December of this year. Now, quick little backstory on Wonder Man. He is an actor turned superhero within the Marvel Universe, and he has to go from dealing with all the fame of being an actor and a celebrity to then having powers and dealing with everybody knowing his identity and everything that goes on there. There is no Wonder Man pop out there, and with the Wonder Man show maybe flying under Funko's radar, they might not actually come out with a wave of pops for the Wonder Man Disney Plus series. They could, but I doubt any of them are going to be limited, so this 1,900 piece legendary Wonder Man I think is actually going to be pretty popular. It might not be popular now, but these NFTs are dropping next week, which could actually be perfect timing with the Wonder Man series, with these redeemables actually showing up in everybody's hands, you know, at the end of the year or Q1 of next year. So it looks pretty good. He's got the red W on his chest and everything. I don't think you could have asked for a better first Wonder Man pop. How many times do we get the first pop of a character and it happens to be limited? So that's pretty cool. Next up, first ever pop once again of Mockingbird. Now this is going to be an Ultra, coming in at 5,000 pieces, so probably not going to be that hard to get, but I think it's good because it allows more people who buy packs a chance to get a redeemable. I think she looks great. I love the blue and white color scheme of her outfit here, so this could be another character that we just never get another pop of unless she makes an appearance in an MCU project of some sort in the upcoming phases. And then the last pop, of course, is our royalty, and believe it or not, this is the one I'm actually least excited about. This is Freddy Funko as Hawkeye. Man, I would have loved a Freddy Funko as Hawkeye all these years. That's a character that I was just kind of scratching my head, wondering when we were going to see it, because Jeremy Renner played Hawkeye for so long in the MCU, first showing up way back in the original Thor movie, and then to his most recent appearance in the Hawkeye Season 1 over on Disney+. However, this to me is just kind of a head swap with a purple crown, and I feel like it's a huge missed opportunity. They could have given Hawkeye a nice mask or something. I mean, I really think they could have done just a little bit better of a job here with Freddy Funko as Hawkeye. But nonetheless, coming in at 2,400 pieces, I'm sure he will be a popular one that a lot of people are going to try to get because, you know, the Marvel Freddy Funko pops are pretty fun to collect. So overall, I think this wave of NFTs is truly phenomenal. I am really excited with everything that they've cooked up. I think even though there's a high number of packs, they're giving us 8 redeemables to chase after, so it's not like it's a high amount of packs and a low amount of redeemables. You know, lowest piece count being the Grails at 999 pieces. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Is this something you're excited for? Are you going to be chasing after it, or is it going to be a huge pass? I think some of these characters being so niche, this is actually the perfect opportunity for them to show up. Now, the only thing I'm a little bit surprised is I thought they were going to include something maybe Fantastic Four related, because we do have the Fantastic Four movie coming out next month. So I'll be really curious to see what future series of Marvel NFTs that they do, or if this drop doesn't perform well, they might not do any more Marvel NFTs. So we will just have to see this upcoming or next week with the Tuesday drop. But since today is Monday, guys, it is time for our weekly Monday Motivation segment. Every single week here on the channel, we like to bring you guys a small piece of Monday motivation to help kickstart your week and get you through the toughest day of the week, which is typically Monday for a lot of people. Depending on where you guys are in the United States or outside of the United States, right now on the East Coast, it's raining very heavily, so it's a nice gloomy day that's perfect for curling up and taking a little bit of a nap. So hopefully if you guys are in this terrible weather, you can find some time to take advantage of this little nap time weather that we have here. But for today's Monday Motivation, it is support your partner. If you're lucky enough to have a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, significant other, something like that, I would implore you to, no matter where you are in any stage of life, to always support your partner. And I'm pretty vocal about how great my wife Joanna is. Of course, you guys all know her as she's been very active here on the channel over the last few years, and she has supported me in every way imaginable. She has supported me through my very difficult military career. She's also supported me as a, wife of a content creator, somebody who's been willing to put themselves out in front of a lot of unknown faces, and she has always been a huge supporter of that and always cheered me on and encouraged me to try new things and to not get discouraged when we face backlash or get negative comments, which overall we have not gotten that much over the last few years, so I consider ourselves very lucky. Now, in turn, with all her support here on the channel, she has actually had to take a major role in driving the channel and make sure that it remains profitable and continues our business moving forward, especially last year. For those of you guys who don't know, I suffered a major back injury during one of the worst years of our lives as we moved 3 times, and moving 3 times without the ability to lift a box is gotta be one of the most just humiliating experiences of my life, because I had to rely on Joanna and so many other family members through a really tough time. And I'm very grateful to everybody who did help us with the move, because without your help, we definitely wouldn't be here right now. So what I'm getting at is I've actually elected to give Joanna a lot of free time, or, I've asked her to take a step back from the channel because she has worked so hard over the last few years to get us to this point. This year especially, we had a monster May the 4th Whatnot event. As you guys know, it's one of our biggest events of the year, and that's coming off of 6 months ago. We had our biggest Toys for Tots charity drive, also on Whatnot and partially on Encore, that we've ever done, and we raised a lot of money and we impacted a lot of people's lives. But now, as a business partner with her, and especially as her husband, I want her to finally get the rest that she's deserved. So some of you guys have been asking where she's been, or how come you haven't seen her in the last few videos. It's because of that. I want to support her in a way that matches, I don't know if I can ever match the way that she supported me, but I want to attempt to match the support that she's given me here over these years by allowing her to take a step back. It's actually working out twofold, because now I can focus on making more videos for the channels, because now we have 2 channels and everything, so putting out more content for you guys to watch, and we are pulling back on selling. We're hoping to only have to sell 1 to every 3 weeks over on Whatnot, just bring in the money that we need to keep the lights on, pay the bills, and that's it. And hopefully in pulling back, that allows us to have more free time for ourselves, more free time for me to create content, and less time us, sourcing inventory. And Joanna does a lot. Like, I wish people understood how much she does behind the scenes with coordinating with people and talking about collections and inventory coming in, to managing shipping schedules, and occasionally there are some shipping issues. So she does a lot behind the scenes, and I'm super grateful for her. So I am trying to step up as a husband here and support her, and I would encourage you guys to do the same with your significant other. If you're at a point in your life where you feel like your partner is pushing really hard, maybe encourage them to back off a little bit, and vice versa. If you have a partner who wants to push harder with their career, or work more, or achieve something in life, encourage them, support them, give them whatever they need to achieve their goals. So that's today's Monday Motivation. It ties in with something that we're doing right now as a couple. So, and it also answers a big question as to why she's not been around as much. She'll still pop in from time to time. We're going to do some live streams, and obviously we'll do some box battles here and there. But I just wanted to address that. So, hope that's okay with you guys, because Joanna has given me a lot of support over the last 5 years. I mean, ever since I met her, but over the last 5 years, especially with us doing YouTube and all the content and everything. So with that being said, don't stop shooting until you score, and we'll see you guys very soon.